Hi, I'm John Hoover with the Tulsa World. I'm here at Chapman Stadium with Eric Bailey, our OU football beat writer. We're going over the notes on OU's 52-7 victory over University of Tulsa. Not a particularly good game for TU by a long stretch, but I thought a very good exhibition by Oklahoma, although not a measuring stick game. I think what we're looking at now is 2 wins over 2 easy opponents. Next week's game against Tennessee is going to be much more of a telling factor whether they can get to their goal of the college football playoff.
You know, I think it was 2 games that Oklahoma did what they needed to do to get the win. And what impressed me about the way that they won the games was it really didn't seem like there were signs of rust in week 1. And in week 2, you've seen them get better. You saw them make plays. So I think that was a key. Trevor Knight came out, led the offense to 3 first-quarter touchdowns. They had 3 first-quarter touchdowns last year as well, so they have 6 already when they only had 5 all of last year. So I think that was a good sign. Defensively, they kind of imposed their will on Tulsa, kind of made things hectic for Dane Evans. Geno Grissom with a big-time interception. His athleticism is amazing. It's almost off the charts with the pick that he had, the pick 6 that he had. And then special teams even. Honeycutt comes in and makes a long field goal. So I think overall, Oklahoma did what it needed to do, did what you almost expected it to do against a team like Tulsa.
Yep, and another big day by Alex Ross. I mean, an 82-yard touchdown run, pulled away from guys that had the angle on him. Contributed to, I think, 261 yards rushing by the Sooners. Big day, 320 yards passing. It's like you said, they had their way. They imposed their will. What's next for, I mean, does Trevor Knight, did he accomplish some things that he wanted to? Because he had a lot of good moments, but he also had a couple of soft spots where you would look back and say, I wish I had that one back.
Yeah, and Coach Jay Norvell mentioned this. They feel like they really left a lot of passing yards on the field today. A lot of slips. It was a wet field, wet turf, a lot of slips. They really think they could have had even more passing yardage today. I think he's still continuing to build that rapport with receivers. We got to see Deron Neal have a big game. Sterling Shepard, he had a great game today too, set a career high. So I think we're starting to see that chemistry build between quarterback and wide receiver, which is going to be very important in Big 12 play just as well as next week.
Good question in the post-game press conference was, do you have to keep Chuka and Dulue separated from Jordan Phillips because a worthless, needless penalty 20-50 yards behind the ball cost Phillips something like an 80-yard touchdown. That would have been the play of the game. It was nullified by penalty, but the OU defense, I mean, top to bottom, with the exception of the injury to Zach Sanchez, looks like a collarbone or a shoulder. He actually told me after the game it wasn't a collarbone, and Stoops said the x-rays checked out fine. But bruised shoulder, some kind of maybe dislocation, I'm not really sure. But the defense overall was...
Defense was good. And, you know, when you mentioned Zach Sanchez, that's a position you're really going to have to watch. With Stan Von Taylor played the majority of the reps in the second half. Stan Von's, he has some experience. He's going to be key. But you're looking at him and Julian Wilson against some SEC receivers next week. You wonder how that's going to go if Sanchez cannot go. Charles Walker also sprained knee. I think he's the one guy we're going to have to keep an eye on and see how long his rehab will be, and what Coach Stoops said 2 or 3 weeks. We'll probably know more on Monday during the press conference. But overall, the defense really looked good. The secondary did what it needed to do. Caleb Gastelum had a big interception, big game, awarded a scholarship after the game too by Coach Stoops. So he's played 2 games with some serious minutes and making some big plays. So impressed by him. Overall, like I said before, it really looks like they haven't showed signs of rust. They're playing well. They're playing confident, and then we'll just see how it all turns out next week against Tennessee.
Tennessee's the big match. That's it from Chapman Stadium, where OU defeats Tulsa 52-7. Thanks for watching Tulsa World TV.